In this video, I am going to talk about why we have converted self-improvement into a entertainment. Let me tell you why. But before that, first let me tell you what is the meaning of motion and what is the meaning of action. And you might be thinking that motion action is the similar thing. Nope. These two things are completely different. These two things are completely different concept. Let me tell you with an example. Let us suppose you want to improve your communication skill. For that, what you do is that you go to YouTube, you search for how to improve your communication skill, and you watch a podcast of communication, and you watch whole podcast, and this is what called motion. It means motion means you are learning something. You are not taking action, you are just learning a thing, just getting to know the things is what called motion. And action means, let us understand action with the same example of communication. You want to improve communication. For that, what you do is that you basically interact socially with people. You convey your idea, whatever thing that is happening in your brain, or you are explaining concept, or whatever thing you are just explaining particular thing to the people. You are basically socially interacting with the people. You are living with the real life people. This is what called action, right? I am hoping that you have understood what I am trying to say. And let me tell you, this was the let me tell you my personal example of motion and action. I wanted to improve my communication skill. For that, what I did was that I purchased a book on how I purchased a book of how to influence people and how to win friends and influence people. And I also brought a book of how to talk to anyone, and these all books that I have read also. But I never implemented what I have learned. I was just living in emotion, and I was not taking the action because I was literally afraid of what people might think of me, or what if I will look cringe if I communicate with the people. I was literally terrible guy. I was literally afraid of what people might think of me, and I was also afraid that what if I will make mistake while communicating. But we learn most of the thing from making the mistake. And let me tell you why we are so much afraid of making the mistake. Because in a school we are taught that if we make a mistake we will punish. This is what we are taught in a school. But in life this is not the case. From making the mistake we get to know lots of things, we learn a lots of things, we get so much experiences from making the mistake, right? From just doing the correct thing we do not get to learn anything. In the same way we get to learn so much new thing from our failure than success, right? In the same way we get to know, or we learn most of the thing from the making the mistake. This is how we learn a thing, and we are afraid of making the mistake. And yes, these all things that I was afraid of making the mistake. I was afraid that I will look cringe, or I was caring so much what people might think of me, or what if people judge at me. But let me tell you what today happened with me, of what is the benefit of taking the action. uh, that today I let me tell you myself who I am studying in 12th standard. I am commerce student. I had gone to school today, and today OCM teacher asked me a question about something about production management. And even though I don't know what production management was, but I had blurry kind of idea that what is the production management. So I explained production management in my own way, and I was speaking, I was, but I speak in a so much confident way. I was speaking in Hindi, and I was doing a hand movement, and even though I was speaking while 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 looking at the textbook, but then also ma'am has didn't question me that why you are explaining from textbook, but I was conveying my idea with so much confident. I was conveying the idea, I was doing a head movement, and it in my body posture it was showing the confidence, and teacher was literally finding so much interest in listening me. And yes, this is the power of taking the action. And I have improved my this level of communication is by communicating in front of the camera. I have been doing the communication in front of the camera from last 4 months, and it has, I have got lots of benefit from recording myself in front of the camera. I am able to express my thought or idea in better way, and my hand posture has also improved. Before that, what I was doing that I was speaking like this. Hello, my name is Samuel Baria. I was not doing hand movement at all. And by hand movement, it showed the confidence, right? And here, what I am trying to say is that by taking the action is what you get a result. If I were just watching the video of how to improve your communication, I would not have learned the communication skill. But by taking the action, I have learned communication, right? I am hoping you are getting point what I am trying to say is, right? And let me tell you why most people love staying in motion. Because motion feels very comfortable thing for them, right? Right. Let us suppose you want to improve the communication skill, and for that you just watch the video on the communication, and it is very safer option to just watch the video than to actually interact with the people, because it is very terrible hard thing, right? But just watching the video of communication, of podcast of communication, it feels very safe, it feels very comfortable. And human are designed in a such way that human wants things to be done, human do the things which are comfortable for them. But uncomfortable things are what change our life. Uncomfortable things are what transform our life. This is what basically, this is how we get things done, this is how we achieve our goal, right? Just by taking the action, just by doing that uncomfortable things, we get the result. Just by watching this self-improvement video, just watching, just consuming, you are not going to get a result until and unless you take the action, you get the result. So here, let me summarize what I am trying to say is that take that terrible action. If you are afraid of speaking English, then speak English. If you are afraid of, if you are basically finding so much difficulty to learn the skill, to learn that thing, then do that, right? Just take the action, because action is where you get the result. That is it for this video. Meet you in the next video. Bye bye.